over a week late in continuing this video, but for the rest of the video I'm going to be showing you my eyeshadow palette collection. The first part I filmed myself just getting them out of the drawer where I store them. So let's go ahead and get started. This is the first one, and I'm not going to lie, I mainly bought it just because I like the show. Yes, the last season was disappointing. It could have been a lot better, but it is what it is. I still enjoy the show. So, the first part, if you open it like this, there's a mirror. And I'm going to cover that with this paper. And then there's a quote from one of the characters in the show. And the coolest part is this right here. It's the Iron Throne, and again, another another quote from the show. And the actual palette is right here. You pull it out. And there it is. Hold on. And each little area represents different parts of Game of Thrones, Hardhome, Winterfell, King's Landing, and Bay of Dragons. My favorite one is King's Landing because the colors are something I'm more comfortable with wearing. And the least one is the blue right here. Alright. Let me get a little sponge tip applicator. This shade right here is very, I think, beautiful as a lid color. If you don't have a lot of eyelid space like myself to make your eye appear bigger, you put this on your lid and the darker color on your crease, and this will make it pop. And let's see. This is another one that I really like. Right there. It's called Weirdwood Leaves. That is the first one. Let's see, where am I going to put these? I'll just put them on the floor beside me. I did kind of show this one when I was taking out all the palettes. These right here are actually from my favorite eyeshadow palette. Those right there. I depotted them from the Dose of Colors Desi and Katie collab one. And I don't know if you could tell there's a nice dent on that one. Then I also depotted the Jeffree Star Alien palette because I hated the packaging on that thing. It was so bulky and tacky. Did not like it. So there's that one. I'm just going to lay out all my Anastasia palettes. Okay, I think that's all of them. The first one that I've ever purchased is actually this one right here, the Modern Renaissance. If you are really into makeup, then you have already seen this palette a lot, especially with beauty bloggers. It's very popular. These, you could tell, were used the most just because they're good crease and eyelid shades. So these four right here. And then sometimes I would grab one of these. The second palette is this one right here, the Subculture. I actually really like this palette. I could tell I used a bit of that one. The key to using this palette is you have to be very light with your brushes and tapping them. Here, I'll show you. I really like this color right here. These two. So I would put this one, let's see how it picks up so much, and I just gently tapped right there. Just gently tap. So I would do that in the crease, in a little high, and then at that one, no, this one, and then that one in the corners, and then on my lid to make it pop, I would use this right there. Electric. It's a very beautiful color. I forget the order of these from these three. I think this one might have been next. It's very beautiful. The only thing I have to be careful is with this color right here. It sometimes looks like I have a bruised eyelid. So don't use it that much. If anything, I'll grab another purple from a different palette. This one's my favorite color right here. It's so beautiful. Let me show you. They're very soft as well. There you go. It's so beautiful. And Dazzling is another one that I really like as well. So that's Rose Gold and Dazzling. Up next, we have Sultry. This is definitely a good palette if you want to do a nice smoky eye, and then with some shine on it as well. There are some cool tone colors like Twig, Slate, and even this one, Dystopian. And I tend to prefer more warm tone colors than neutral, just because I think warm suits me best. Although I am somewhat neutral toned, so I can pull off cool tones as well. Then we have the Soft Glam palette. There are some repeats here from Modern Renaissance, like Burnt Orange, Sienna, Cypress Umber, Tempera, and I forget what other one. Oh, this one I think. But I think if you're trying to decide between the two, I would get this one. And my reasoning is just because of these two colors right here. Like, if I didn't have either one and I had to pick only one, I would pick the Soft Glam for sure. That's just my recommendation. Now this one is my least favorite. I bought it because when it first came out, it was really more just having my collection complete. There are some beautiful colors though. It's not a standalone palette for me. And if it is, I'll just use those three right there. Maybe with Lure as well. I'm tempted to pot all of my Anastasia palettes and put them in like those big magnetic palettes, that you can customize. But I don't know if I want to go ahead and do that. Maybe, I'm not sure. I keep going back and forth on that, just to free up space. Now my second favorite palette is this one right here. The Jackie Aina collab palette. The packaging is very beautiful. Oh, I dropped something. I'll get it later. Now these colors are really beautiful. I do have to get a crease color from one of the other palettes or some other ones that I have, but I really do like the colors, especially this one right here. It's like purple gray. It's just beautiful right there. Let me swatch that. Just really like that. And the last ABH palette is Riviera, and the lace used as well. But it's my one colorful palette from her line. I know she came out with a bunch more after this one that are colorful, but I figured I just need one. And these are really pretty at the top. This one right here is the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette. It's the only Morphe palette, or Morphe item in general, that I own. I bought it when it was on sale and I used some of my rewards, so I did not pay full price. It's a very colorful palette. It's beautiful. These up here are definitely some of my favorite colors. You could probably get away with just using one of these and the shimmer, and that's all you would need for a look. I tend to stay in this area, but every now and then I'll play with some of the brighter colors, and these definitely have some pigment to it. Let me show you. Let me get another one. Like this one right here. Look at that. And that's another one that you wouldn't think has very bright pigmentation. This one, right? Well, no, this one would be bright. But there you go. It reminds me of a Barbie pink color. This is another favorite, the Tati Beauty Volume 1 palette. Now, I hope she comes out with a second one because I really like this one. There's a huge mirror on this side. And then the palette itself, the top row is all glitters. Second row is metallic, then sequin, and then the last is matte. Now this matte right here is so opaque that I use it as a eyeliner. This one I've used the most because it's a good crease color transition. And I have used the glitters, I think. At least once I can remember. And I did not have any fallout. It's that good. But I also did use a glitter glue primer from Too Faced. Okay, these are, I was looking over my stuff. Yeah, these are my only Too Faced palettes. The Sweet Peach, which I only bought because it was 50% off, and I have to say, for a palette that was really hyped, it was a letdown. The opacity, like the colors are not opaque, they're very muted. Nothing about this, makes me think, oh my gosh, I'm gonna create this look or something. Like, look at that. See? It's barely there. So I would say this would work best for someone who is fair skin to light skin. Not even me that I'm, medium tan. This just gets so, yeah, it's so muted whenever I try to do anything bright or colorful with the pinks, but there's just, it's not there. So I do not recommend this one. It was a huge letdown. And I'm glad I did not pay full price for it. Now this one, on the other hand, I do like. My favorite colors, this one right here. Hot Toddy and Bake It Till You Make It, right there. Let me show you some of those. Look at that. It's so beautiful. And then the other one, which if you want something less, eye-catching, like if for work, you could probably get away with that one right there, the second one. I do like the packaging on this one, it's very cute. I missed out on the gingerbread extra spicy palette, and I told myself that I would hold off on buying it and wait until it came back at a discount price. But it's sold out and it has not returned. So I'm hoping Too Faced brings it back. I know they also came out with a pumpkin one, but that one doesn't really look as good as the other one. Doesn't really appeal to me. We'll take a look at these Urban Decay palettes. I think out of all of these, this one's my favorite. Then this one, and these two are tied. Right here, these two. Okay. So for this palette, I really like that you get a lot of options. You can still go with something very neutral and work appropriate, Or, you know, if you're going out, you could definitely get some of the other colors and smoke out the eye. This color's really pretty, I think. I haven't worn it because I haven't found an occasion, or I don't know. I like the color, I don't know if the color will look good on me. You can see that. It's like a mint green color. It's really pretty. Maybe that on the lid and smoky eye look would look good. So there's that one. This one's one of my favorites. The only thing about the shimmers, just like the Dose of Colors, if I don't prime them with a eyeshadow primer, they transfer to the top of my lid or eyelids a lot. So I tend to stick with the mattes, but the shimmers are also very pretty, especially this one right here. Then I left the brush. I don't really use the brush that these come with. I think one time I did use them, but I was using them to nose contour. The next one is the Cherry palette. This one reminds me a lot of the Rose Gold from the Soft Glam palette. And then this one reminds me of the Hot Toddy color right there. Oops, I dropped my brush. There you go. The Naked Heat palette was actually my first Urban Decay palette. I really like the mattes. Just when I use these right here, they transfer quite a bit. So it's very disappointing because I really like the colors, especially these two right there. They're so beautiful. Let's do L'Ombre. And then Scorched. There you go. I'm not going to spend too much time on these because I dedicated a whole video to these. These are the Dose of Colors 5-pan shadows. Yeah, the 5 pans. Yeah. There's that one. Again, I don't know if I updated you all on these shimmers, they're exactly the same formula as the Desi and Katie, so there's a lot of fallout when applying them, and even afterwards throughout the day when I'm wearing them, so I do not like those. But I do love the mattes. The mattes are my favorite. Other than these two, the rest of them are all mattes. This one's really pretty. There's that one right there. And you have your highlight color, transitions, and then colors to deepen or even line your uses eyeliner. So even though there's only 5 colors, that's all you need for this palette. I really like that one right there. It's like a peachy pink. It's really cute. That's the color I wish the Too Faced Sweet Peach had, because that one's opaque enough to show up on my eyelids. Now this one, I don't know if it looks white on the camera, but if you pay close attention, it's a very, very light purple, like lilac. It's beautiful. And then I really like this burnt orangey brown color right there. It's very pretty. I really like the color story on all of these. They Dose Colors did a good job arranging or picking them out. So there's that. Alright. Okay, so I just grabbed a few of them right here. This one my sister gifted to me. It's the Sephora Moonshadow Baked Palette. This is a few years old, so don't feel quite comfortable using it as an eyeshadow palette. Every now and then I will get this one for highlighting. See that? But that's about it, because these are quite old now. Well, one of the oldest ones I own. But I will keep it because it was a gift from my sister. This one right here is from BH Cosmetics, the B palette by Bub's Beauty. So this was a collaboration, and I really liked that one. So there was a while where I would use it quite a bit. Those two right there, with some of these right here. There's that one. This was a Ipsy item from one of my bags, and I have used it. I don't remember much about it. If I didn't dislike it, but I didn't, love it. So it was just good. That's all. I didn't have any complaints. So. This is another Ipsy item. Now I am not using it because I'm giving this to my mom. What she does is whatever I don't keep, or sometimes, I buy something and I end up not using it. My mother, she takes it with her for her next trip to Mexico to give to family members, because they do live in a part of Mexico where people don't have a lot. It's still developing, the town. Like, there's a lot around the area, but it's definitely developing. I think the last time I was there, I took a shower, or I remember telling my grandma that I needed to shower, and she told me, "Oh, okay, don't worry, I'll boil the water for you." And this was when I was a teenager, like in my 13 or 14, I don't remember exactly when. And I just looked so confused, like, what do you mean you're gonna boil the water? So what they did is she boiled water and then mixed it in with well water so it wouldn't be freezing, and put it in a big bucket, and then I had a cup and I just poured the water on myself that I used. So that was definitely an experience I remember from visiting my grandparents. Alright, so these two right here are mini eyeshadow palettes, the Lila palette and the mini star. So mini Lila and mini Lila and mini star. And they're really good. I like them. Now, there's these that are a lot bigger. And I received this one in a lucky bag from Beautylish. But I'm gonna declutter this one. I'm going to see if my mom wants to take it with her. I'll go ahead and disinfect it and pass it along to her. So let me separate this one over here. Okay. Same with this one right here. It's beautiful, but I just don't see myself using it. I used it once and that's it. So I'll go ahead and disinfect with, what I do is I get a paper towel and I lightly press it on and try to get the top layer off. Then I spray it with rubbing alcohol, and that is okay to use because alcohol evaporates very quickly. And then that's how I disinfect my eyeshadow palettes. So this is going to be passed along, and I'll see if my mom wants to take it with her on her next trip, but that will probably be a while, at least not until next spring. I'll go ahead and keep these. Now this one I used because that color right there, but they were so chalky and hard to blend, especially that one, that I did not like working with it. So I'm going to pass this one along as well. The Violet Voss. Okay. So these are the e.l.f. Mad for Matte palette. And I really like these, but one of them is loose, as you can see. And I've already made a nice dent on these two right there. For the price, the quality is really good. I would say they're almost as good as Urban Decay in regards to the mattes, because if you use a really good primer, they last all day. So this is one that I was using for a good while for work, and I'll go ahead and keep that one. Okay. This one right here is the Mad for Matte eyeshadow palette. I haven't used it as much as the other one, but the color story is really beautiful, really pretty. I like it. I think I've used it. No, I haven't used this one yet. I need to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on my vanity. That way I don't forget to use it. Because sometimes I do forget that I have some palettes, because I just go with whatever's at the top. Now this one I mainly bought because of the packaging. I'm just gonna be honest. I was a sucker and I went because of this right here. Now the eyeshadow palette colors are pretty, but I don't reach for them really. Some of them are like kind of color shifting, like this one right here. And that one right there at the top. But if you think about it, those four right there, you can do an eye look, and these four right here as well. I'll probably stick to this side. But they are beautiful. This is from Smashbox, and it was a collaboration with the Hood Witch. I also have some of the lip glosses from this collection. Now those I do use. Alright, see a cat here. Sorry. This one right here. It's pretty, but I'm not even gonna swatch it. I'm gonna pass this along as well. I don't see myself using it anytime soon. So, be decluttered. Same with these two. I think I've only swatched them. So I'll go ahead and pass it along. These were an impulse buy. Luckily, they were not too expensive, so I don't feel too bad. I think if I keep this palette, I'll only keep it because it's magnetic. Let's see. This comes off right here, and you can customize the palette. So I'll pass along the eyeshadows, but I'll keep the palette so I can probably move my dose of colors to this one right here. This is another one that I will pass along. Yeah, I did use it once. These two would be realistically the only colors I'd use. Maybe that one as well, but I used it once and I haven't reached for it since. So I will declutter this one as well. These colors right here are, I think they're really pretty. I don't reach for it. So same thing, I'm going to declutter this one because I was struggling to open my drawer when I did the first part of the video. And that way I can have some space. This one was from Ipsy bag from Nomad, Berlin Underground. Alright. We have Huda Beauty Ruby Obsessions. And I do like this palette, so I'm gonna go. So I've used it once, I think, and I did like the look that I came up with. It was definitely very bright for me because red really pops. Now this is a recent purchase. I'm very happy with it. I used this one along with the ColourPop palette, the Hocus Pocus. So those two were good to combine. Look at that. So beautiful. And I'll go ahead and show you the ColourPop palette that I was talking about. This one right here. So if you see how these colors definitely were good to mix with the Huda palette. I've used this a handful of times, and each time I really liked the look that I ended up creating. I would use these two right here on the outer part of my lid crease, and on the inner part I brighten it up with this one right here, and this one as well. So I'm really happy that I ended up buying this one. I remember waiting like right until noon because that's when it was going to get released on their website, and I'm glad I was on standby because that sold out very quickly. This is another ColourPop palette. think my favorite out of all these is that one right there, because I can use it alone and that's it. Maybe deepen it up with that one and leave it. You know, that's a look. Especially if I'm in a hurry. Can do a quick look with that. And I notice a lot of the ColourPop palettes don't come with a mirror, but I don't mind at all because I rarely use the mirror that palettes come with. If anything, I just use my vanity mirror that I have over there somewhere. This one I didn't purchase on its own. It came in a lucky bag from Beautylish, but the colors are really beautiful and the quality is amazing. Like, there's no transfer where I put the colors, they stay put, at least with my skin. I understand, you know, everyone's skin is different, especially eyelids, you know, some are dry, oily, and all that stuff, but as long as I use my primer, these stay put, and they're so beautiful. Look at that. They're all of them are like a metallic shimmer finish. There's no mattes in this one, so I don't use it, you know, alone. I usually combine this one with something else. Now this was another impulse purchase, but on sale for like, I want to say $6 or $7, and look at all the colors that you get, and they're so beautiful, but I've yet to use it. So again, this is going to be another palette that I'm going to try to store at the very top so I can use it, and then I'll update you all on the quality and longevity. These right here, I did dedicate a video to the collection. I really like them. And for a drugstore brand, the quality is quite good. Same with this one. Now with the darker colors, I do have to go in a little bit more to build up the color, but once I do, it's really beautiful. This is one that I combined with this one just because the color stories do, you know, mix well. And I tried to use this color, but it did not work out. So even though it is gorgeous color, it did not work for me, just because I think this would work better with someone who's cool tone, like very cool tone, because I'm neutral, leaning on warm. Alright. These are, they definitely get used. You can't really tell because I tried to not just use one, you know, color or one set or something. So I've pretty much tried just about all of them already. Maybe there's like a handful that I haven't used, but I have liked all of them. I think the only ones that I struggled with was this color right here. Because for some reason, I think that was my skin, you know, because I had a dry patch. And some areas were patchy because of that. but here's another one. During their Black Friday deals, I went ahead and bought I forgot what they're called. They're kind of pastel colors. Like if you were to go to Makeup Geek website, and if you were wanting to purchase this whole palette, the first row would be matte. Like they're all matte now. You can't get these colors with the palette anymore. I don't know why she did that, but so I went ahead and bought the top row that I'm missing, and I bought another one of these palettes, empty one, and I'm going to transfer these to that one. And when those items get here, I'll go ahead and do a unboxing video. This one right here, I've only swatched. Again, I need to leave this out so I can see it, because I'm one of those where if I don't see it, I forget about it. Okay, this is the one that I really been enjoying. It's been my go-to for a while now. It's very beautiful. This whole top row, like if I want nothing but matte, I'll just stick to that, and maybe if I want to pop a little glitter or shine, I'll add one of these. But the quality is definitely there. This is one that I do recommend. I don't know if they're on sale anymore. I know during Black Friday they were like 30% off, so I went ahead and bought a third palette like that came out with this one as well. Now this is more of a warm, like neutrals and warm colors. This half is mattes, and then this half is metallics and shimmers. Now this one's very glittery. You can see that. Look at that. This one almost reminds me of the Super Shock shadows from ColourPop, just because of how metallic it is and glittery. This is from Dose of Colors. Let's see. This color right here is so beautiful. Again, the only complaint I have about it is there's so much transfer when I use it. Like, it's all over my cheeks, and by the end of the day, my face is glittery. I hate that. So I stopped using it because I gave up. Like, I kept trying to. I bought different glitter primers and they just did not work. So I just stopped using the glitters, and if I use it, I just use the mattes now. This right here is Juvia's Place. Now, if you're wanting a colorful palette, this is the one to get, or actually any of her palettes, really. The quality is there, their colors are so opaque, and there's always like a sale, I think. And also, I think there's a lot of codes that you can find on, Instagram and YouTube. So don't ever buy these full price, because either they go on sale or you can get someone's code. Okay, and before I finish up this video, it's already a little, it just hit the hour mark, but it'll probably be over an hour long. I wanted to show you these two right here that I just purchased during Black Friday deals. This one, is the NARS Extreme Effects eyeshadow palette. And I really like the packaging. You see how it has little texture on there. Let me show you the colors. The one that really pops out is this one, and I'm pretty sure I don't have anything similar to that one. The rest of them, I can probably find something similar in my collection, but this is definitely a color that I don't have. Let me swatch it. It's like a orange base red, like orange red with some gold shimmer in there, like, you know, metallic. It's so beautiful. I really like it. You can probably mix this with the gold. Oh, there's one right there, and it would look really good. Let's swatch that as well. There you go. Those two paired together would be a good color combination. So I'm really happy with this. It was on sale, and then I used my birthday coupon for the month because my birthday falls in December. So Ulta emailed me a $10 off my purchase coupon, and I went ahead and used it on this one. And this one during Black Friday was, I believe, 30% off, and then I used another 20% off coupon on top of that. But I was kind of upset that if I waited a month or two, I could have gotten the other two, the Soleil and Noir, at a discounted price as well. Oh well. Alright. And this comes with a little key thing. That key right there. And the reason it comes with this little key is because you can take out the eyeshadows, like, look at that. It lifts, and then from the back, there's the holes that you use, and you can pop them right out. But I don't have any plans to transfer this anytime soon. So this one, I know it looks similar to a lot of the colors that I already have, but I really, really like the quality of the Soleil and Noir, and I saw a video of a YouTuber who said they were the same formula or quality, so I went ahead and bought this one as well. I'm really happy with my purchase. Go ahead and swatch. That right there. Right there. Look at how metallic that is, though. It's so beautiful. And I'll go ahead and keep this little sheet right there so I'll know the colors, because unfortunately the names are not at the bottom or on right next to the colors themselves, but that's okay. I'll just do that and I will know what I'm using. So those are my two new eyeshadow palettes. And I'm going to organize my desk, and then I'm gonna go ahead and record myself putting away the palettes as well. That way you can see from start to finish. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright, so I'm doing the last part of this video where I'm gonna put away all my palettes back into the drawer. This one I know I want somewhere on the top because I do use the Dose of Colors quite a bit. So that can go in the back up there. Oh, this goes with my pencil sharpener. Put that there. Let's see. Oh, let's get rid of this hair. Switch some things around. Okay, that fits a little bit better. Okay, next we're going to do this one. Do that. Trying to get this as organized as possible. Maybe do that. Put these right there. Okay, I'll move one of those fits. That one there instead. These right there. this one that's just a mirror, and that is everything. Yeah, I think this is how I'll leave it, and if I'm having a hard time getting to some of the palettes, I'll go ahead and move it around again. I think this works pretty good for now, and that is everything. So I'll go ahead and close this. Okay. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your day or evening.